Sauna benefits. A Finnish fact check of Bryan Johnson's protocol. I am Finnish, at least my birth certificate confirms this, and I want to tell you something about sauna before Bryan Johnson gets to explain it to you. First, Finland has 3.2 million saunas for about 5.6 million people. There are more saunas than cars, and around 90% of Finns go to sauna at least once a week. If you have never experienced Finnish sauna culture and its weirdness, I must warn you. You can be deeply traumatized by the fact that people take off all their clothes and go completely naked, no matter if you are a man or a woman, altogether. So much for Finnish shyness. I grew up going to sauna every Saturday because that was the tradition. Despite this, I was constantly ill when I was a kid. When I grew up, I went to sauna because it's so fucking cold around the year and I needed somewhere warm to go. It's cold in Finland even in summer. And that is the origin story of Finnish sauna culture, a warm room in a cold country, and it has been this way for around 2000 years. I now live in the Philippines, where it's 35 degrees Celsius outside, and I have not been in sauna for over 7 years, and I do not miss it one single bit. I have one friend here who built a sauna inside his house, and I honestly do not know what the hell is wrong with him. Now, let me tell you about Bryan Johnson's sauna discoveries. This man is a gift that keeps on giving bullshit. Bryan Johnson, the same man who injected his teenage son's blood into himself and declared it a protocol before admitting it detected no benefits, has now discovered sauna. He does it at 200 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 93 degrees Celsius. In Finnish sauna, you typically have 80 to 100 Celsius for comparison. Johnson swings his Johnson in sauna for 20 minutes, 7 days a week. And because he is Bryan Johnson, he keeps an ice pack on his balls to protect his fertility. At this point, Bryan would have been kicked out from Finnish sauna with his iced sacks, because in Finland you need to have balls of steel. Bryan Johnson calls all of this one of the most effective health protocols he has ever done. Of course he does. He also claims it reduced microplastics in his blood and in his sperm by 85%. It is obvious by now that Bryan is obsessed with bodily fluids and their counts and measurements. The sauna he uses is made by his partner company and costs around $5,000. His supplement stack, which you will need to accompany the protocol itself, costs $361 a month. The protocol itself he published for free on his website, which is generous of him, thank you very much, considering Finland has been giving this advice for free for about 2000 years already. And I can guarantee it will not cost you $5,000 to build proper sauna either. I remember building my own back in the day for less than $1,000. Now, here is what the actual science says, because some of this stuff is actually good. Jari Laukkanen and his team at the University of Eastern Finland followed 2,315 Finnish men for over 20 years and published their findings in JAMA Internal Medicine. Men who used sauna 4 to 7 times per week had 63% lower risk of sudden cardiac death, a 50% lower risk of dying from cardiovascular disease, and 66% lower risk of developing dementia compared to men who went once a week. These are real numbers from real Finnish men in real Finnish saunas, not a fucking 90-day self-experiment with one subject. So, sauna works. This is documented, and I will give credit where it is due. Now, the microplastics. You cannot claim an 85% reduction in something you cannot reliably measure in the first place. As of 2026, there is no standardized method for testing microplastics in human blood. Perhaps Bryan Johnson has also developed a method for this that he's willing to sell for us less educated people. Johnson changed dozens of variables simultaneously during his 90-day experiment, including diet, water filtration, avoiding plastic packaging, and the sauna itself, and then attributed the result to sauna alone. There is also a basic biology problem. Microplastic particles are physically too large to pass through sweat glands. Chemical residue like PPA and phthalates can exit through sweat, and that is real and useful, but that is not the same thing as removing microplastics. Johnson's own results show that the so-called forever chemicals did not reduce at all. Perhaps this has to do with the fact that sweat cannot clear them. One critic put it plainly. Johnson did not find a magic way to sweat out plastic. He stopped eating and drinking it, and his $600 water filter under the sink did more work than his $5,000 sauna. A brief note on history of selling hot rooms as spiritual experiences. James Arthur Ray featured in the pseudoscience documentary The Secret. He charged people $10,000 for spiritual warrior treatment. This did not go too well. He had a sweat lodge ceremony where 3 people died and 18 were hospitalized in 2009. He was convicted of negligent homicide and spent 20 months in prison. A sweat lodge is a primitive Finnish sauna, which means someone tried to monetize this idea before, and it went about as well as you would expect. Johnson has not killed anyone with his sauna, to be fair, but I'm warning you, if any guru tries to sell stuff like this, bad things can happen. Finland's life expectancy is 81 years, and it's ranked 30th globally, not even the top 10. If sauna was the miracle Johnson is selling, Finland would obviously be the longest-lived country on earth, and we are not. Finns are healthy, but not immortal, and most of us got there without ice packs on our balls, microplastic testing, or a supplement stack. Laukkanen research that Johnson cites was done on ordinary Finnish men going to ordinary Finnish saunas. There is no specific protocol in it. Sauna is good for your heart. Go if you want. Any sauna works. The public one at the gym or at the hotel. Your friend's house is also a good choice if he was stupid enough to build one in a tropical country. 2 to 4 times a week is where the research shows the benefits. You do not need $361 a month in supplements from Bryan to enjoy sauna, if you enjoy it in the first place. Finns built saunas 2,000 years ago because it was freezing outside. Bryan Johnson built one in California, and it is now a new health miracle. Maybe Finns should sue Bryan Johnson for stealing the idea.